Over the past few months, it's been very obvious that Disney was pushing hard and going all in on Ahsoka. This is something they needed to be successful after the failures of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the Book of Boba Fett, and of course the disaster that was Mandalorian Season 3 when they continued to see their ratings go down and down and down. And then Ahsoka came along. And unfortunately, it's another Disney Star Wars disappointment because not only have the ratings been an absolute nightmare for them, but the finale of the Ahsoka series has left a lot of fans split. Another divisive entry to Disney Star Wars. And to be quite honest, there's so few fans left that you can't afford to be dividing them anymore at this point. But that's exactly what we had with the Ahsoka finale. What the Ahsoka finale means for the future of Star Wars. Disney's Ahsoka finally ends its first season, and it has a divisive conclusion that nods to two big narratives in the wider Star Wars picture. And of course, some people are saying Thrawn's Ahsoka ending just set up the Star Wars Mandoverse movie. The real question in everyone's mind is, should they even make it at this point? Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie, all the events in The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett and all of this shit leading up to a cinema event, a box office event, a theatrical experience with Dave Filoni, the masterful live action director Dave Filoni, taking on a movie. And at this point, I'm not sure if Disney should double down on that. And quite frankly, there's some people that don't even know if they should double down on a season 2 of Ahsoka. As we heard in the aftermath of the Ahsoka finale, even though there's discussions happening for Ahsoka season 2, and most people think it'll happen, it's certainly not a lock at this point, which is interesting. Now, maybe the actors' strike and the previous writer's strike, maybe that has something to do with it. We'll give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. But when you looked at Mandalorian, immediately during the finale, they announced that season 2 was coming for Mandalorian. Andor, before that even premiered, they had an announcement out for season 2. Now, I'm sure the Ahsoka series was expensive. Andor is one of the most expensive things they've done in terms of these Disney Plus series. That still got a second season, despite some disappointing ratings as well. But when you look at these Ahsoka ratings, it cannot be underestimated what a big disappointment this is. Not only did it have a massive drop-off in that second week, but it fell out of the top 10. Just think about it from this perspective. The Ahsoka series, which right now is the series on Disney Plus and has been for the past several weeks. They've been promoting it heavily. They even offered massive discounts, $1.99 a month for Disney Plus, almost giving Disney Plus away, with Ahsoka being the headliner. The reason why you should invest in Disney Plus and get this massive discount, and they can't break the top 10 in streaming. That is a massive fucking problem. That is not something you invest all this money and all this time and all this effort, all this storytelling potential in, to not even crack the top 10 and barely be hanging on to a top 10 spot in the original programming. Here's Ahsoka, all the way down at number 7, 459 million minutes watched. Behind during the same week, things like Book of Boba Fett, Mando Season 3, all these other things that have been disappointments for them. And when you look right now at what the future of Star Wars is, they've announced the Rey movie, the Dave Filoni movie, and the James Mangold movie. Who knows when those things will get made? Other than that, this is what you're looking at. Andor Season 2, a small group of people really fucking enjoyed that. I'm not going to lie. And I personally think that Andor is the most well-executed thing that they've done, Disney Star Wars, period, to date, in my opinion. But you got Skeleton Crew, which connects to the Mandoverse stuff. The Acolyte, which looks like it's going to be a dumpster fire. Another Tales of the Jedi series that probably a couple 100,000 people might watch. And Mandalorian Season 4. Coming off the disaster that was Mando Season 3, I don't know how many people are looking forward to a Mando Season 4 either. And then whatever they're left to do with Ahsoka. So you really have to wonder, is this the future? After the ratings failure that has been Ahsoka, at least so far, we haven't seen what the finale's done. We haven't seen what episode 5 has done yet. But as of so far, it's been a nightmare for them. Or do they really want to do another season of this and give Dave Filoni a live action movie if this is the type of result that they're going to get? A lot of people do not think so. And yet again, we're left in a very divided place when it comes to reception for the Ahsoka series. But that's just standard for Disney Star Wars. And whether you wanted to believe it or not before the series, you definitely have to feel this after. The Ahsoka series is just more of the same for Disney Star Wars. Dave Filoni, you may have thought he was the savior. You may have done a meme about him being the savior. This is still Disney Star Wars, and he was never going to be a person to change it. to be anything other than that.